I want to go back a step, right?
Yeah.
Because we're talking a little bit about once you have the candidate, some things you can do. Talk about how you even find candidates.
Okay.
So there's what's the good way and then the not so good way.
All right. So finding candidates. I know everyone here is familiar with careerbuilder.com, monster.com, social media. But for me, actually my colleague Rebecca and I were just talking about it. I think 80% of the people that work for our company come through referrals. So it could be anything from reaching out to your clients, reaching out to your vendors, to your employees. As a matter of fact, we have an employee bonus program where if you refer someone that you know, you get some type of bonus compensation. And we get the best people from people we know. So like recently we had, and another one that's a couple other things that I love, that I've seen a lot of success for us, and for me even previously, is to form relationships with universities and also nonprofit organizations. So a recent QA that we hired came from Upwardly Global, and they are a nonprofit for refugees. And in IT, we get a lot of foreign people. So it's very common for us to find people from various different countries. And so we built a relationship, met with their HR department, had them come over to our office. It's important. Like, don't send an email and say to a university or some kind of nonprofit, hey, I'm looking for these candidates. No, really take the time, invite them to your office, let them see your other people, your culture, what you do. So this is kind of the relationship we formed with Upwardly Global. And then they did all the work for us, because once they knew who we were and who we were looking for, all we had to do is send a job description and say, these are the skills we need, and then it was bang, I've got the perfect candidate for you. I know exactly who's gonna fit into your culture. And she's been a rock star for over a year now, and someone who came here from India that we were able to help, and also adding a woman to our staff, which is very important to me because IT is filled with men. Yeah. No, nothing against you, Joe, but okay. But that's also a really, a great thing for us.
Yeah. So when you're searching for talent, right, there's this perception out there that there's a huge lack of IT talent. There's no IT talent. We can't find developers. Are you finding that to be true for your business, or is that kind of just noise out there?
Yes and no. I do. I think it's really difficult to find certain positions. So I would say maybe on the project manager, business analyst side, it's still not very difficult. You can find people. I think if you're trying to find younger talent, you can build these relationships with various universities and find candidates. I think when you get to that like mid-senior level type positions, it does become a bit difficult. So one thing that I have to constantly be very conscious of, and I always tell people, is make sure that recruiting is part of your everyday life. And I believe the same thing in sales. You have to sell every day and you have to recruit every day. It's the only way to really build a team, because I started this company, I didn't have any technology background per se. I'm not a developer. Yeah. I really don't even know how development works, but what I have is the passion for people, and I'm always looking for great people. And the reason my company is successful today is because of the people that I've hired. Yeah. It's not because I can be a project manager or developer or help desk admin. I love sales and marketing, but it's really the people who build our company and make it what it is today. So that's why I say recruiting and sales are the two number one things that you got to do every day.
Yeah, and they both really are marketing efforts.
Yeah.
Right? They're not really HR efforts. I think as soon as we kind of abdicate recruiting to the HR department is when it starts to get really dry and weird. But when it's in the hands of ownership and it's being marketed every day, it's kind of fun.
Absolutely.
And you get some really good talent. Okay.